In my hands, I have the new Kirkland Signature Gen 3 forged wedge. The Gen 1 and Gen 2 models of these were so popular. Everybody wanted them. They're still sold out. They're hard to get. Are these going to be any better? Let's find out. So right now we're going to start off with the 60 degree. The unboxing with this, I ordered these online. I don't even know if you can get them in store yet, if they're an online purchase only, but I'm going to take the wrapper off the 60 degree here. So I just took the stickers off these. I have not hit them yet, and they look a lot like the Gen 2 Kirkland Signatures. They are forged though, so I'm wondering how much softer they are going to feel. I mean, I played the Gen 2s for a little bit, just more of a novelty thing, and I thought they were actually, for the price, a really nice set of wedges. And even now, with how expensive golf is getting, a set of these 3 wedges, 52, 56, and 60 degrees, these cost $200. They were about $215 after shipping and tax, which really isn't that bad. The thing with these wedges is you don't get to choose your grind, your bounce, anything like that. I mean, kind of looking at it, I have the 60 degree. This is definitely a higher bounce, wider sole wedge. It kind of appeals to the newer golfer. You can't change the shaft either. I actually have no idea what this shaft says. On some of the other ones, the earlier models, it said they had the elevate shafts in them. This literally just says Kirkland Signature. That's it. And then it comes with a lambkin crossline grip. So pretty standard across all the Kirkland clubs, but we're gonna hit these and I'm gonna see how good these are. But to start off as a baseline, what I do actually have is I game Callaway Jaws forged wedges. So I actually love forged wedge. I love the feel of them. I feel like I get consistency with them. These are a Japanese only wedge, so you can get them. You just have to kind of search a little bit harder to get them. But I have a 60 degree actually in a forged wedge. So I'm going to start off with this, kind of get a test line, baseline, see how well these feel, and then we'll jump into the Kirklands. All right, just did a baseline with some of the Callaway forged wedge, and I was at a 60 degree as well. And as you've seen, I'm getting around 11,500 to about 12,000 spin. I don't do a full swing with these. I just don't feel like I can hit a full swing with a 60 degree. I just pop it up. But the thing I do like about Callaways, obviously, is that's a full face. There's no full face option. Like I said, Kirkland, it's a one-stop shop. You get what you get. There's no changing. If you do want to change anything with it, you have to go aftermarket and do it yourself. So we're going to go with the Kirkland here, and we are going to see how this goes. And just for a baseline, so everyone knows, I'm using the Strixon Z-Star golf balls. All right, so at address, this looks nice. It looks really forgiving. It has a nice round shape to it. It actually looks a lot like the Gen 2. If you're familiar with the Gen 2, it looks a lot like it. But it's forged, so we're just going to see how good this feels. All right, spin's not a problem. 12,300 on the first. I normally play a longer wedge because I'm 6'7", and I usually have my wedges bent 3 degrees upright. So there's a chance these are going to flail off to the right a little bit more than what I'm used to, but feel on that one was okay. Let's try another one. Oh, caught that one a little thin, but still plenty of spin on that, almost 11,000. All right, so yeah, spin between this and the Callaway so far is pretty similar. I will say, as of right now, I know these say, let's try another one. Let's try another one. Yeah, so what I will say with this compared to my Callaway is definitely a little bit more penetrating, which a lot of people might like. The spin is definitely up there. Don't get me wrong, but I need to hit one more. Okay. That was a little bit lighter swing, but what I will say is these say forged, but those Callaways I just hit are noticeably softer compared to this. I mean, these numbers so far, there's nothing wrong with the performance by any means with these, but yeah, these just feel, they're forged, but they're clicky. Like they are just not as soft. And yeah, the performance is fine. I mean, I'm wanting to hit it about 75 to 80 yards, and the spin is good there. Yeah, it's just not as soft as I thought it would be. Let's try the 56 next. All right, now we're on to the 56 degree. This looks like, so I play a 50, 54, and 60 degrees. So this is gonna be a little bit different than what I play, but in my 54, I play 12 degrees of bounce. I have no idea how much bounce is in this, but it looks high. I'd say it's at least a 10 to 12 bounce. So there should be plenty of bounce with this. And let's see if the 56 feels any better. I mean, the spin is up there. That's quite a bit of spin. I mean, I would be fine with these numbers. I would be fine with the performance. I mean, the spin is good. I feel like I'm wanting to hit this around 100 yards, 105 yards. The spin is good. Numbers are good. It's just when you tack that forged name on there, you just expect it to be soft, and I'm just not getting that. Yeah, like the numbers are good. Numbers are really good. I mean, as far as wedges, these are going to be ripping up a green. They will be stopping. I'm getting a good ball flight out of them. All right, really went after that one. 110 yards. That one felt a little bit better. All right, one more with this. Yeah, the spin's great. I mean, 12,000 on not even necessarily a full shot with it. It's just not as soft as I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna actually hit one quick with my Callaway. Maybe I'm just being too picky right now, and I'm expecting more than what I should get. But yeah, these Callaways are significantly softer compared to the Kirklands. So I'm gonna hit the 52 next, and yeah, that's kind of my feedback so far. Is they're a good wedge. I'm not disappointed with them, especially for the price, but they're just not as soft as I thought they'd be. All right, and last but not least, got the 52 degree gap wedge. A lot of spin. Yeah, they're just not nearly as soft. All right. Yeah, my biggest takeaway is just the feel. The feel is just not, it's just not what, maybe my expectations were too high, because I really like the Gen 1 and Gen 2 wedges. But I know these say forged. But if you're playing Kirkland's right now, would I jump out and go get these because they're forged and they feel significantly better than previous models of these? No. By any means. I would not do that. Yeah, I mean, the spin is crazy high on these. Crazy high. It's just, the feel is not, the feel isn't there. I mean, that's my bottom line with these clubs. I hit that one about as good as I can hit it. That was right in the center. And even with that, it felt okay. It's not a, like, I need to say it's not a bad feeling wedge, if that makes sense. I'm being a little harsh on it, but I'm being harsh because it says forged. When you stamp forged on a club, you expect it to be very, very soft. And those Callaways I play are very soft. They are very, very like off the face. Feels like butter. Feels like hitting a marshmallow when you hit it right off the sweet spot. And these still have that forged name on it, and they feel like a cast iron wedge. So yeah. So I mean, I think I got the data I need. So as far as these Kirkland wedges, I think they're a nice looking wedge. They are. I even thought the older ones look good. I think the Kirkland Signature label is kind of obnoxious. I mean, if you just made it like a simple KS, I think this would take this wedge and put it into a whole nother level of how good it looks. Unfortunately, I don't know. I've always thought the KS was, or the Kirkland Signature badge was a little lame. As far as these wedges go, if you are getting into golf, you want a decent set of golf clubs, and you want something new, yeah, these would be a great club off the rack. I mean, simple as that. They are a good wedge. You're going to get good numbers off of them. You're going to get high spin off of them. You know, if you're a golf club snob like me, you're going to notice the feel of them. Did they feel as buttery as I thought they would be? No. Did they perform well? Yes. Would I go buy these if you have Gen 2 and you want to upgrade? No, I would not. I don't think there's much of a difference between the Gen 2 and the Gen 3 of the Kirkland Signature wedges. I wish they did come in the 54-58 or 50-54-58 option, or I wish there was a high toe option, because I do think for a lot of higher handicap golfers who are going to be using these, I think a high toe in a 60 degree would be a nice little touch to potentially have. But I get it, they're mass producing these, and that's why they're as cheap as they are. I mean, there's no better value wedge out there, even compared to Tacoma. $100 a wedge, plus you're paying $30 for shipping, so realistically about $110 per wedge. Same thing with Vice, you're spending about $110 per wedge. So this blows any other wedge as far as value goes out there, new. Sure, you can go get some used wedges, which is not a bad idea, for around the same price as this. But for $200, it's a great set of wedges. You won't be disappointed, especially if you're getting into golf. They do feel good. They're just not like buttery soft where you're just blown away by the feel by any means. There's not much of a difference between Gen 2 and Gen 3 of these wedges. Don't let the name Forge fool you into thinking that they're going to feel a lot softer than they do. That's my biggest takeaway from it. But you're going to get a ton of spin. I mean, I was getting 12,000 with all three wedges. And yeah, you're going to get a nice set of wedges. You just can't customize it unless you want to do it yourself, and you're going to get the stock shaft, and that's the biggest drawback from it. But let me know what you guys think of these. I didn't mean to harp on these as much as I did, but when you stamp that Forge name on them, you better come out to play, and they're a nice wedge, but not as soft as I thought they would be with that name attached to it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a great day.